Thanks you all for having me. I'm excited. This is a fun night.
Everybody has a different experience, even though you guys draw the same element sometimes. So, how was your experience in this film?
Um, it's it varies year to year. We've done this. I think it's been about 11 or 12 years. I do it with my brothers, and it's always a blast. The main thing is just for me to be able to do something creative for a weekend where I can get out from doing monotonous work that I continue, kind of like what you said earlier, but also just an experience to try to see what I can force my brothers to agree with. You know, what I can put them through to see if they will say yeah. That guy's a friend of ours, Chip. I've made him do lots of weird stuff too. One time he showed up to a film set and the owner of the house was walking him around and being like, oh, and we've got 2 bathrooms and one of them's got a really nice clawfoot tub and all this stuff. And he's like, okay, great. Why are you telling me this? And then I was like, oh yeah, Chip, you have to take a milk bath later. And he was like, okay. So yeah, the main actor. Yeah,
We're gonna jump off a cliff.
he's used to it. But yeah, the main guy who got baby birded was my older brother.
Okay.
20 years my senior. I am the youngest of 7. So.
The youngest of 7.
Yep.
So far, out of the 7, how many have you included in films and projects?
Of the 7, it's just the 3 brothers. I don't think my sisters have ever been in it. But we've used our kids. The first film we ever made was the year that my first daughter was born and my brother's first son was born, or not first, sorry, his third. And it was all about male lactation and breastfeeding babies, because we had babies. What do we have? We have access to babies. So what can be funny? Yeah, let's just put breast pumps on my brother and make him sit there and do that. And that was great. And then since then we had one year with a dentist. And my brother's like, oh, like the character was a dentist. And my brother was like, oh, my friend who's a dentist said we can use his office. Should I call him? And I was like, why haven't you already? That should have been the first call. So yeah, it's always fun just making them do stuff. That's kind of.
I'm guessing you also wrote all of this.
Yes. Well, so our process, Friday night, the 3 brothers, we'll get together and have a few beers, and then whatever kind of makes us laugh, we go with that for the most part. We might make some tweaks Friday night into Saturday morning, and then, of course, as the filming process goes, if something makes us laugh on set, we'll add it in there, and then I edit it. So if something is funny in the takes that's not really in the script, I'll force that in there somehow.
It sounds like you have a lot of fun doing it. Like you relax, you just like take it as it is. You know. Have you ever experienced feeling like pressure?
Oh no, it's 100% pressure the whole time too, but that's kind of what makes it fun. But yeah, no, it's intense pressure, and then like you get technical problems and stuff like that, and it's a whole bunch of anxiety that's just bound up. But it's nice to be able to release it in a fun way, as opposed to like forcing it all in to just simmer, you know. But no, like we've had pressure. We've had moments where we didn't think things were going to go right. We were in some weird 48-hour combination with New Amsterdam vodka here in Nashville, and like we had everything set up to go and do this live concert shoot. It was a documentary. We were forced to do a documentary, and it was really fun. It was great. But then at the last minute, our guy was like, "Oh no, I'm not going to come to the last set. I can't make it." And we were like, no, you got to. Yes. So my brother, I was like, get on the phone and beg him, and he finally pulled through, and it was great. But no, there's pressure all the time. It's just still fun, like even if it messes up.
So that one experience, you'd say that's one of the most complicated. Have you experienced doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're telling you I'm not coming.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah. It's hard to remember for the past 10 years, but that was probably one of the more uncomfortable moments that I've had to deal with, but it worked out.
Will you do it again?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I'm be back. It's fun. So
once you do it, like you gotta keep doing it, right?
Yeah, and seeing like Spencer and David and everybody year after year, it's a community. It's fun. It's great.
If he had been able to bring a tchotchke or however you pronounce that to the bingo game, what would he have
Oh, that's a good question. My brother is super into Kentucky Fried Chicken. He's got a Colonel Sanders collection, so I'm sure it would have been some little tiny Colonel, or a Nipper dog from the RCA Victor things. That's the two things that he collects. So that probably would have been his. But we just thought it was funny at the moment for him to have keys, tchotchkes, and it was a stupid pun. But that's half of what our day is, stupid puns. Well, tchotchkes is just a. It's just the my house is full of 90% tchotchkes. It's all I have is just a bunch of little tiny knickknacks and whatnots. And I don't know. There's a Full Monty musical song where the guy talks about a woman's behind that you could display your tchotchkes on, and that line has stuck with me. And that's just yeah. There you
Let's see
go.
what happens this year now.
But yeah, no, you never know. Like, just props in general. I always, like, one of the main things I think of every year before I come is just what weird things do I have that I can bring, that I can put on camera. One year I decided I was going to buy a bunch of gelatin pill cases. I was like, oh, that could be really fun to just like have a bunch of pill cases and put weird things in it and use that as a prop. And then we show up to the 48 hour and they're like, and your prop this year is a pill. And I was like, that's like I saw the future and it was great.
Happiness. Yes.
What was the baby bird food?
Oh, so okay, that was ground up apple, and we found a consistency that made us happy. It was like apple and a little bit of yogurt and some like cinnamon to make it look a little darker. And originally it was too dry because he tried to just chew the apple up and spit it, and it was too. And I will say they were on board with actually doing it. I didn't make them, so they were cool with. We were trying to. He chewed it up and spit it out, and it landed on a plate or landed on a piece of plexiglass that we put over the camera. And then my brother, we just ground up some and threw it on his face. But they would have gone through with it, which is like I wanted to push that limit to see like, will you do it? And they were going to be okay with it. And then I was like, you don't have to do that. I'm not going to make you. No, but that's kind of the whole point of yeah, like the things that landlords will make you do to get your rent in on
I knew
time.
that scene was gonna stuck when we saw it. I gotta ask, when we are approaching a scene and shooting something, sometimes we might have the idea of how the audience is gonna react to that. I take that as a fuel to keep doing it because it's like, oh, I kind of know how this is gonna feel. Do you have something in mind where you were doing that scene that moment?
No, we like to throw weird things in there just to make people we'll maybe have like one or two memorable moments that we try to fit in there. But the baby bird thing is just because when I'm at work, people will be like, oh, how is it? And I'll be like, oh, let me baby bird you. And they're like, no, gross, stop. And it just got to be like a repetitive thing all the time. And I thought it'd be funny to actually show it and make my brother sit through that.
Especially that, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the fun part.
We have questions.
Whose teeth were those?
That's not a bag of teeth. It says on there it's not a bag of teeth. But no, that's actually, sorry, this is my wife making me bring up a weird, awkward point. That I keep all my children's baby teeth in a little tiny screw-on, I don't know where it came from. Probably an old film canister. But yeah, that's all my kids' baby teeth that she sprinkles out and gets B7. Did have people make some teeth out of fondant that we were going to have people eat, and then that went too far, and I didn't get that far. But no, we did bring the teeth, and yes, stress in film bringing up that is also my kids. They're great kids, but they can also be very stressful. So that's a fun part.
Somebody, questions? Yes.
I kind of think it's a neat contrast between like your film and what you guys do a lot and say what David does with the limitations of doing something by himself. You guys always have like a huge ensemble, and I know it's a lot of friends, family, stuff like that. What's it like juggling, directing that many people?
It is. It's a challenge. Fortunately, like my brother and his friend Chip, who was up on the screen with the hat, the creepy poltergeist-looking guy. They've done a lot of like stage acting and stuff and like regional theaters, and they're easy to take directions and stuff like that. And as far as everybody else goes, they're just there for like drinks and food, and they'll do whatever I say. And it's fun. It is chaos. Like you can probably tell from the way I speak that my brain just kind of runs around. So when I'm on set, I'm just like, yeah, go over there. And the nice part about like shooting all those people and doing all that and writing with it is that I know that I'm also editing it, so I can see it and be like, okay, I can make this work in my head, and I can make this work, or I need to get something else to cover this, or just get a lot of B-roll and make some fart jokes.
There we go. The backstory of the film.
Yes.
Well, thank you for being
Yeah.
here, brother.
Thank you, Raul.
Sharing a
Nice to
little
meet
bit
you.
of that
Yeah,
with us.
appreciate it.